Okay, here's a view, guys. A review, sorry, of this awesome RC flight simulator. Which is RC Phoenix Flight Simulation. Now, if, like me, you live in a place where it's always raining and windy, and you have a few RC vehicles, I have two helicopters. I have one coaxial helicopter and one helicopter which I'll show you in a minute because it is actually in this simulator. This is good to keep your hand in, and also to get your skill up and get better. I'm still a novice. I crash things on a regular basis, but at least this way it's not costing me a fortune. You do get a Spectrum DX5E with this simulator if you buy the larger pack. Excellent little controller, which was handy for me because this is the controller that I actually got with my larger helicopter. It's a 5-channel remote. It's got a trainer setting on it. You can fine tune everything in and spread spectrum technology and all that sort of thing. It's a very, very, very nice controller. Now, as you can see with this, you can set up notifications for when you break stuff. You've got buddies. This can go online, so if you have other friends that are into their radio control aircraft and like to keep their hand in over winter periods or periods of bad weather and like to practice, you can practice with them. You will all be on the same landmass. You can do a lot of things in this. Let's go through the program settings first. You can set up your username and things for when you're online. Physics you can set for starting engines, auto restarts, etc, etc. Display settings are pretty good. You've got full screen or windowed. Good resolution settings. RTLS in. Sun glow's actually turned off, which I'd never noticed before. All your settings can go up to high. Audio isn't too bad. You know, you've got plenty of options. I have surround sound headset, so I just leave it to whatever it is. You can set your units, meters, feet, inches, you know, whatever you're used to. If you're an older pilot, you may want it in Imperial. And obviously your languages. Models wise, there is a lot. Let's just close this down. You have 86 helicopters at the minute, 90 fixed wing aircraft, 7 gliders, 11 amphibious, and others is your tilt rotor stuff, which I cannot fly on this controller that I have because I can't get the damn things to tilt. Quadcopters, which are actually fairly new to me because I haven't actually been on this for a long time, so I haven't played with these yet. And then your auto gyro, which is a little bit of James Bond for you, which is actually quite fun to fly. Amphibious wise, you've got some very nice aircraft. My personal favourite, the Archon A5, beautiful aircraft in real life, and nicely simulated in this. I would love to have one of these aircraft in real life because they are amazing, and I think the future of flying. Beautiful little aircraft. Gliders, you have the unpowered and powered versions. Haven't really played much with gliders because it's one thing that I'm not used to, so I haven't really tinkered with them yet. And then your fixed wing, you have electric, trainers, performance and scale. Helicopters, same thing, electric, performance, scale and trainer. I'll give you an example of some aircraft. You've got a duct fan Warthog. Now down here you say it as default. You can actually change the colours on some of these aircraft. Some of them have colour paint schemes that people have made. You can download. B-17 is what I have on the screen at the moment. You have Stunt Aircraft in, the good old Red Bull racer there. Little duct fan aircraft, you know, the flying wing. What else we got? It's quite cool looking. I mean, all of these are aircraft you can actually buy and fly yourself. You know, that's the whole point in this. You can try these aircraft to see whether you like them or not, and see how good they are. Your trainers are what you would, you know, start with first off, slowly working your way up to getting good. Performance aircraft have really quick turning rates that you can do stunts with, and yes, there are even jet powered ones in here. See, there's a wee sport turbine one. Got aircraft with neons on for night flying, because there are different places you can go. There's even different setups for these aircraft. It's 3D and Sport, which you can set up yourself. And then you have the scale aircraft, which again, a lot of these are jet powered. A-10 Warthog there, which is a turbine aircraft. Prop 1s, your Corsairs, your Cessnas, you know, all aircraft that you'd recognise. F-16, that's a new one that I haven't actually had a chance to play with yet. I'll probably end up burying it in the ground as usual. Jet ones are very fast, and I need a bigger screen really. Beautiful Spitfire there. You know, so you've got a good selection of fixed wing aircraft, both large and small. Helicopter wise, again, you have an excellent range. From your smaller Blade SRs, you know, for coaxial aircraft. That Blade SR there is the actual one that I own. Haven't really flown it a lot because the weather's been really naff since I bought it, and I've had it for a while. I have flown it indoors a few times, and I actually love the little helicopter. It is brilliant, but obviously, you know, while I can't fly it, I do try and practice on here. Some of you may have seen the coaxial Chinook knocking about in toy shops. You know, very good selection of aircraft. Performance choppers. Now, there is aerobatic modes in this that you can set up by pressing one of the keyboard buttons, which will stick your controller in aerobatic mode. So if you have your throttle in the center, that is off. Then if you pull your throttle down, which will be the left stick, the way I have it set up on my controller, that will put the blades in the opposite direction and will actually draw your helicopter down, so you can fly it upside down. If you put the left stick to the top, that's full throttle in normal flight, so that will make your aircraft climb. So you can do stunts and practice your 3D flying on here as well. Scale helicopters, there are some beautiful helicopters in here. You've got Airwolf there, which has, as you can see, so let me turn the sound down a wee bit. Try that one. As you can see, it has all the bits and bats that are on the helicopter. I'll just attempt to take this off without killing myself and show you. As you see, the weapon systems come out there. So, you know, these are replicas of the choppers you can buy. I'll turn that down a bit more because that is really loud. That should be a bit better. You have the Apache Nitro, which is the nitro fuel version, and also the turbine one as well, which actually has different colours. I don't know why there's a navy one on there, because as far as I know, the Apaches aren't in the navy. Got Augusta, Bell. You know, there's aircraft that you'll recognise. The Chinook's beautifully modelled, and as you can hear, that is also jet powered. It's very loud in my headset, so I don't know what it's like for you guys. Now this is a pain to control, so I might go quiet while I lift this thing off. Oh shit! And that basically just cut my legs off. So it will automatically reset. As you can see, the buttons are down there to show you what's going on. The Chinook is really, really difficult to fly. Aircraft today that recognise, most European countries will use this as a police helicopter as well. The Gazelle, which is a British Army helicopter, which you'll recognise if you live in Northern Ireland, etc. The Huey, also a very difficult helicopter to fly. The Hughes 500. Now I actually have one of these as a coaxial helicopter. It's my first helicopter that I bought, and it's a little trainer one, and it's a really fun aircraft, but that is actually quite a nice helicopter. Power up slowly. Quite a steady helicopter, it's not too bad to control. Now I have my controller set on high for this because you have rates of control. So mine's set on high for helicopters, and then, well, I usually have it on low depending on the helicopter that I'm flying, just so that I have more control over it. Aircraft and planes, I actually set it to high. I'm still learning to fly these things, so you know, I just keep it facing forward so I know the way to do the controls. Obviously, if you do it that way, everything's reversed, so I keep it. Land this thing before I crash it. I keep it that way just to practice hovering and whatnot. You know, so there are some very nice aircraft in this. There is also a favourites, which I'll show you on the outside here. This you select, and it will give you your favourite helicopters and aircraft, you know, straight away. It is very nifty. This is the real helicopter I actually own, which is a little electric helicopter. It's very nice to fly. As you can see, the terrain that you're on is fully 3D modelled. Now you can have it on auto zoom, and it will zoom in a little bit for these aircraft, but I have it turned off so it's more realistic, because obviously, you know, this is for practicing, so I want it as realistic as I can get. See, I'm not too bad with this aircraft, but you've got to constantly put inputs in, you know, to keep it flying in a nice in a straight line and whatnot. It's a beautiful little helicopter. It's well balanced. I'm still setting it up. It's not perfect, the real version. This one is pretty good. But as you can see, everything's fully modelled. You know, these are as realistic as you're going to get, both flights wise and physics wise. And if I ram it, I bust the skids off, you see, and I can flip it over and break off the other parts as well. Clear button, resets it. Flying sight, you can change the actual sight. You can go in and change the weather, clear days, brisk days, wind days, you know, all that sort of thing, so you can practice the different types of day. You can even manually set things yourself, so you can get it, you know, exactly as it is outside. The layouts, you can change the landing areas, the direction of the aircraft, etc. You can change what cameras you can use, the displays, so you can have your controller up at the bottom so you can see what you're doing. You know, flight info, etc. Have all your toolbars, all your favourites and things like that. They were adding a cockpit camera, but they haven't done it yet, or it's only on certain aircraft. You can also record on this, and it will automatically record the footage for you. Training, excellent. Tutorial videos, also rotation, hovering, all that things, and it'll do it differently for the planes as well. Has little competitions in there for you. Excuse me. So you can test yourself on how well you're doing. The laser combat is actually pretty cool if you're multiplayer mode, I think. You also, where is it? Obviously you can have your launch, how you want to do it, ground launch, hand or toe, what have you. Position is which way it's facing in the start, which can be really handy for some of these backgrounds that you get, you know, can be a bit tight for the aircraft. There's also, let me see where it is. Oh, your logbook. That will show you how many. I mean, I haven't flown this a lot because I actually reset. You can reset these logbooks, as you can see. So that's only got me on for like 11 minutes. 25 flights, 4 crashes. You know, that logs for every aircraft. You can reset it, and then it'll say 1 flight because obviously you're on that aircraft at the minute. It'll give you your time logged, your favourite, you know, setup for the aircraft, scheme, etc., etc. So that's very handy for all the little aircraft that you've got. As you see, this aircraft, I have spawners coming and it's facing the wrong way, so I'm going to have to change this one because it's not in the right place for me. There we go, that'll do. Now you can put smoke in here, but I can't remember which number it is. Oh, 7, there you go. Which is very cool, so I'll take this one off with smoke. Obviously the undercarriage doesn't go on this because it's one of the stunt aircraft. You just hit 7 and the smoke goes off and you just get the normal. There. Also, there's a lot you can do with this. The aircraft are very, very responsive. Landing these planes, because I'm only a novice, I just drop the power and bring them in slowly. And I have one of the back buttons on this controller set to land the aircraft, for the brake, sorry. You know, a good few of these controllers you can set up how you want, you know, like you would with the real thing, obviously. Now if I show you some of the different, I'll just chuck a helicopter on again. Hold on, electric one because it's quiet. Now if I change the flying sites, you have a very, very large selection of flying sites. Obviously you can have the official flying sites, and then there's some that people, you know, users will create, and some of them are really, really good. You know, just via the 360-degree photos. I'll show you on this one. See, some guy's got a little helipad set up. It gives you a little bit of information about the flying pads. Anything you see is actually there. They will model it, so you know you can fly into the trees and break them. I think you can hit that car and that barrel. You know, there is an object there, so you do hit it. But you know, the user created ones are very nice. Very nice areas. Like I'm impressed with the user created ones. The official ones are also very, very nice. Beautifully modelled. Sandbar flats is the one I usually use for the amphibious aircraft. As you can see here, it's got the actual water that's out. I'll chuck up This is something I'm not going to tell you what we use the good old. The water's very nicely modelled as well, as you can see. Whoop. Whoa! Okay, that went a bit wrong there. Wasn't concentrating. There we go, there we go. As you can see, the water's very nicely modelled. You've got a reflection of the aircraft. You've got the wee waves as the downforce of the thing. You know, I can put the wheels out if I wanted. Oh shit. And yeah, this one's not as easy to control as it used to be. Well, there we go. Switch the controls to low and then it's a little bit easier. But, you know, you can come over here and land on the ground. So it's a very nice one, that for your amphibious planes. You know, you can run on and off the ground. You have a winter one there. You've got playing fields, boat clubs, car parks. There's, what was the indoor one? There's even a nighttime one for your aircraft that have the strobe lighting on. See, so these look really, really cool at night time, and there's also an aeroplane that's kitted up like this. Now, how cool does that look? The model fidelity and the graphics are very, very nice. You know, that helicopter looks awesome in the dark. Let's see if we can get this back to me now without crashing it. Nope. As you can see, nighttime. That's the only map with night on. There are, there we go, sports holes for you guys that fly inside. Just chuck on the wheel, lucky one. Which again are very nicely detailed. And if you wanted, you could take a picture of wherever you fly and submit it, and if it's good enough, they will put it into the simulator as well. The price isn't too bad for these. I'm not going to say what it was because I can't remember fully, but it wasn't massively expensive for what you get. Said they're always updating it, they're always adding new aircraft. My favourite site which I use, there's even a hillside one there for you glider guys. Where's the one I always like? Playing field's quite a nice one. Got places like Stonehenge. The seaside is the one I seem to like the most. I don't know why, I just really like this one. So, you know, if you are into your RC aircraft and you do like flying them a lot, and if you can't get outside all the time and you just want to keep the practice up, or even try other aircraft, you know, say you've got a few helicopters or a few aeroplanes and you wish to try a different model before you buy it, you know, this is a really good way of doing it. It is excellent with the controllers. You can set up different ones. So to close out this video, I'm going to attempt to fly this without crashing it. Not the easiest thing to fly, but it is fun. Mind your little Nelly on. Was it Little Nelly or something on James Bond? You can hear the concentration in my face as I'm trying to get this thing back round towards me. Oh, well, diving into the deck. So that's a little review of Phoenix RC Flight Simulator. So it's a definite buy if you want to practice your flying. I looked at a few flight simulators before this and looked at a few reviews and asked a few guys that were doing, you know, using these flight simulators, and a lot of them said that this was the best one to use. So this is what I chose. Excellent little simulator. See, you can set up your transmitter, your controllers, your keys, you know. Very, very nice. I have this checking for updates every time I turn it on. There are quite regular ones. The website will keep you up to date with the news and things like that. So yeah, if you like your RC aircraft and you're looking for something to practice when the weather's crap, or even if you just want to try something for testing different aircraft or even testing setups, you can do that with this as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video and please subscribe, and also please visit my Twitch channel where I live stream other games such as PlanetSide 2, Dragon's Prophet when I can get on it. In the future Battlefield 4 will be on there as well, and a few other games whenever I get the time. Thanks for watching, guys.